Most cases at Penn State are resolved through the provision of supportive measures or through informal actions. However, some cases go through an investigation and proceed to a hearing. You may want to know what the hearing looks like for those involved. After the Title IX coordinator receives the final investigative report and determines that a hearing is necessary, the coordinator selects hearing panel members and a hearing date. The panel, the parties, and their advisor receive access to the final investigative report and all relevant evidence prior to any scheduled hearing. Parties also receive an email with a written notice of the date and the time of the hearing, a link to the virtual hearing space, and the names of the panel members. The Title IX coordinator then schedules a pre-hearing meeting with each party and their advisor to discuss the hearing process, responsibilities of the parties, role of the advisors, expected behavior, and addresses any questions or issues about the process. It's important to note that university policy requires that parties have an advisor in the hearing process. If a party does not have an advisor, the university will appoint one for them. At the start of the hearing panel chair starts the proceeding by introducing the people that will be participating in the entire hearing, the parties, their advisors, and the other panelists. Witnesses are pre-scheduled and only participate in the hearing while they are being questioned. If a party or witness does not appear before the hearing panel, the hearing will take place in their absence. Advisors have a special role in the process. They're responsible for asking questions on behalf of their represented party to the other party and all witnesses, and can object if evidence is not relevant. The chair reminds the parties that the hearing panel has reviewed the final investigative report and then asks the complainant to provide an explanation of the incident in their own words. Both the panel and the respondent's advisor have the opportunity to ask the complainant questions. The same process is then followed for the respondent. After the panel hears from the complainant and respondent, the panel calls each witness to the hearing individually. Often, the investigator is called as a witness to answer any questions about the report. The panel and each party's advisor can ask questions of each witness. At the end of the hearing, each party has the opportunity to address any information they feel was not covered in the hearing. Following the conclusion of the hearing, the Title IX coordinator emails each party to give an option of providing a written consideration statement. The consideration statement can provide factors that the parties believe will inform the sanctioning process if the respondent is found responsible. Also, after the hearing concludes, the hearing panel confers. They determine by majority vote if the information presented established that it is more likely than not that the respondent violated university policy. The hearing panel submits a written rationale of their decision to the Title IX coordinator. If the hearing panel finds that the student is responsible for a policy violation, sanctions are assigned, taking into account the consideration statements provided by the parties. Sanctions are implemented after any appeals are completed. It's important to note that supportive measures, including no contact directives, may also be continued or modified as a result of the hearing. The Title IX coordinator sends written notice to the parties of the hearing outcome, the panel's rationale, and any assigned sanctions. Parties may appeal hearing decisions based on limited circumstances outlined in the university policy. Information on appeals is included in the written notice of outcome sent to the parties. If an appeal is submitted by a party, the other party has an opportunity to provide a written response. Both the appeal and any written response are forwarded to an appeals officer that did not participate in the prior hearing process. The parties receive the written appeal decision and the appeal officer's rationale. The decision of the appeal officer is final. We encourage individuals to access AD 85 to obtain more specific information related to Penn State's sexual misconduct hearing process.